I'm telling you some deep, dark secrets. It's because she's on the run from the law.
Don't say I didn't warn y'all. Tonight we're back and I brought you some of the most disturbing conspiracy theories from TikTok. And I know a lot of you guys are probably tired of hearing that. Like, Sean, it cannot get worse than the last video. I promise you it's going to get a whole lot worse. So I hope you're ready. Because most of you will not survive these videos. So if you think you can make it to the end of this video, let me know in the comments. We got some crazy topics to cover tonight. Apparently Selena Gomez was literally cloned by Jeffrey Epstein. So, you know, I don't know what world we're living in anymore. But, you know, I hope you guys enjoy the video. But what's even more terrifying than that is the fact that 60% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for more scary videos. Thank you. And I just want to thank you guys for 50,000 subscribers. You guys are literally the best. You know, if I could jump through the screen and give you, okay, that's low-key Diddy. I'm not gonna jump through the screen and give you a hug, but you get the point. Thank you.
We may have evidence that he took her and replaced her with this woman. I want you to take a look at this and tell me if you see anything strange.
That kids' entertainment stuff made specifically for them, like even preschool shows, seem wildly imbalanced. Just recently, we found that we have reached parity in the female and male characters in both children's TV and movies made for kids.
Or we're in the car. Sometimes, like Who Says is one of the songs but I was 16 and that's more of a nostalgic feeling, but no.
That was Gina Davis, and people think she replaced Selena, but how is this happening? We've learned in the files that there is technology that literally can put one soul from one body and take it into another. We have heard this is their way of reincarnating, which is why many of these celebrities and politicians, you will see them look real similar throughout history in other bodies. Considering how different Selena not only looks, but how different she sounds, even her mannerisms, people are concerned, do we still have the real Selena or has she been gone for a long time? What do you guys think?
If this is genuinely true, I feel so bad for Justin Bieber because bro literally got his girl snatched by Jeffrey Epstein and there's nothing he could do about it. I know this is a very serious topic, like if this is true, but like just think about, imagine you know what's going on, right? You know your girl just got taken from you and there's nothing you could do about it, bro. That's like ultimate heartbreak.
So now the Simpsons actually predicted the whole Epstein situation. I will roll you guys the exact clip and reference, but basically there's this video of Homer sitting on the computer. He says that there's a bunch of evil rich guys on an island controlling everything that we do, and then the text falls right off the screen. Somebody pops up on the screen and says, "We're blocking you." Very symbolic of what's going on TikTok, Instagram, media outlets right now, where they are limiting the reach on posts that are too truthful and too telling. And if someone posts something revealing too much about a certain scenario or agenda, they will literally limit the entire rest of the account's posts from there on. And it's funny because Homer says, "I'm the only one who can stop my free speech. You can't stop me." And then watch what happens to him right after that. But this one is extremely fitting in 2026 with how they're taking away our free speech due to certain issues that we're finding out about. Here is that clip. Let us know in the comments if you guys have dealt with issues like these as well.
Attention, some crazy creeps on an island somewhere are secretly running the world. Hey!
Did y'all know that Brittany Murphy bought the same house Britney Spears lived in, but Britney moved out because she said it was haunted and it would soon be Britney Murphy's final resting place? So Britney owned the house in the early 2000s, but she fled the house after becoming convinced that the house was haunted. Her former makeup artist Julian Kay on a podcast detailed that around 2002, while Britney Spears was dating Justin Timberlake, a healer was brought to the home to help her relax, but Britney was convinced that this healer had opened a spirit portal that allowed malevolent entities into the house, and Britney said that these bad spirits were physically aggressive, claiming they tried to push her down the stairs and do other bad things to her. These experiences were so bad, and Britney was so scared that she fled the house, never returned again. She went to the Hotel Casa del Mar, and like I said, she refused to ever live in this house again. Shortly after, Britney Murphy buys the house in 2003. When Britney fled this house, she didn't even come back for her clothes. She sold this house fully furnished. She didn't want anything from this house starting into her new life. After buying this house, Britney Murphy soon got that same feeling as Britney Spears. She hated the house. She reportedly begged her husband multiple times to go stay in hotels. She called this house unlucky and said that the air felt heavy. So ironically, the only place Britney Murphy said she ever felt safe in this house was the master bedroom, and that would be where she took her last breath because she on December 20th of 2009 there at 32 years old. The COD for her was pneumonia and anemia. It was very weird circumstances because then her husband, just a few months later, he too would die. in this house, same COD as her. The house was demolished in 2013 and a whole new mansion was built on this land. What do y'all think about it? Either way, it's pretty scary.
The Jeffrey Epstein Fortnite situation just keeps getting weirder after Fortnite's official response got called out. So a few days ago, people found Epstein's alleged Fortnite account, and because the account was active even after his death, well, that spiraled into people thinking that 72-year-old Epstein was still out there grinding out the latest battle pass. But now shortly after that was discovered, you got a wild chain of events with number 1, the account getting mysteriously privated after getting exposed, number 2, the official Fortnite account making a statement saying that it was just a troll who changed their username and that Epic actually has no record of any of emails being linked to them. But then number 3, that statement then got hit with a community note that kept getting deleted and reposted, basically alleging that the official statement doesn't hold true because in the files there's literally an email confirmation of somebody buying V-Bucks in 2019, and when you check the Fortnite.gg 2025 Wrapped, it shows that the username Little Saint Jeff 1 was actually consistent in 2025 before the document leaks ever happened. So even though this is all just wild speculation from the public, the fact that we keep getting conflicting information like this kind of just adds more fuel to the fire.
So you're telling me when I get off the bus and I'm ready to just hop on some Fortnite, bro, you're telling me that I could have got double pumped by Jeffrey Epstein and I wouldn't even know it, bro? I used to be nice at Fortnite. Don't get it wrong. Like, I used to have a gaming channel and all that. I can't put y'all onto that because that's some ancient times. I was nice at Fortnite, bro. I was cranking 90s. I was getting victory royales. Like, I was like that, bro. So, you know, Jeffrey Epstein probably got the work for me. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, pause.
Something strange is happening with chocolate right now. There's been a huge influx of videos of people showing chocolate behaving almost like slime. What people are doing is they're taking chocolate, heating it up, and when they get it out of the microwave or wherever they heat it up from, instead of melting, the chocolate just becomes more bendy, almost like rubber or slime. Now, back in my day, chocolate used to melt, so I am going to investigate this. I'm going to get a Hershey's bar, heat it up, and we can see if they're actually turning our chocolate into rubber.
Michael Jackson's Thriller wasn't about zombies.
What is it about?
You know Michael Jackson Thriller when he's like, he's tweaking out like this, and then he has the crazy eyes, and he looks like a zombie? You know what it's actually about, Gavin? They're actually kids. Oh, whole concept of the zombies and turning crazy at nighttime, the homeless people, midnight, is about the crisis at the time that Michael Jackson was trying to warn about what happens to all these people. The very end, remember when his eyes go crazy? His eyes turn what color? Yellow. Why? Because his eyes turn yellow.
And in the music video, I think they were close to garbages. It didn't look pleasant. Like it looked like a back alley.
And the dance. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Oh my god.
Why does Saturn symbolism keep showing up around power? And why do some celebrities literally tattoo it on themselves? First off, this rabbit hole starts with one creepy pattern, the black cube. You'll see it in modern art, fashion, brand imagery, even major cities. Conspiracy circles claim it ties back to Saturn because in occult traditions, Saturn represents time, limitation, control, and the keeper of the system. But here's where it gets darker. People who believe in this theory say Saturn worship isn't about a planet, it's about an idea, a force that keeps humanity trapped in cycles. Work, debt, fear, distraction, same loop, different decade. So when you see Saturn rings, cubes, or weird eye in the sky symbolism, believers say it's not aesthetic, it's a signal, a badge. Like, we serve the system that rules this place. Some even claim the darkest meaning is consent through symbolism. They show it openly so you absorb it, normalize it, and basically accept the rules without realizing it. Once you notice the symbols, you start seeing them everywhere. One of their biggest downfalls is symbolism. Stay weird.
What if I told you that you were born last Thursday? Last Thursday, mate? Really? Okay. This shows all the conspiracy theories in the world from the most well-known to the darkest of the dark. And we're going to be going from the top to the bottom. Yes, this is at the top. Now, this is weird. Just a quick warning, this will trip you out, blow your mind, and make you confused. So this is a theory called last Thursdayism, which basically suggests that our universe could have been created last Thursday, but it was created with the physical appearance of it being billions and billions of years old. And anything that could contra the theory, your memory, your lifestyle, everything you have is actually just a part of this simulation as well. Past events and everything, it all just popped into existence and you are implanted with that knowledge to give the universe the appearance that it's a lot older. The craziest part though is there is no way to actually prove or disprove this. All you can be sure of is the exact moment you're living in right now, that this is real. It's a crazy theory, I don't know what I think of this, but if you deep it, it's a shower thought. See you in the next part.
California, that's where the world's first ever fully autonomous AI-powered restaurant has opened, complete with burger flipping bots.
This automated grill gives the meat its sizzle. as this restaurant goes robotic.
For this burger, it would take about 120 seconds.
Cali Express by Flippy is the world's first AI-powered eatery. There's new technology outside the kitchen, too. A cheeseburger. Order kiosks use facial recognition to remember you, your favorite food, and how you like to pay. Then watch the robots work. No humans required.
We can't get enough people to come out to work on fryers and grills and their dangerous jobs. And this automation helps solve a lot of those issues.
62% of restaurants report being understaffed. Industry experts say most of those unfilled jobs could be done by robots.
Oh, hell nah, y'all. This man Elon Musk had me fooled. And I know he got a lot of other people fooled too. I thought this man was a genius. I thought this man literally created Tesla. I thought this man literally created SpaceX. But nah, y'all. Elon Musk didn't create shit. He's a smart investor. He's a smart businessman. All his investments that he did ultimately led him to being the face of Tesla and SpaceX. I'm not gonna lie, I can't believe this shit. I thought this man was more hands-on. This shit wild, fool. But it is my fault. I can say that because I should have did my research. So I know it's a lot of people out there right now that was just like me, thinking this man was the one, the genius, the one hands-on that created this shit from the beginning, from scratch. No, it's not the case. Shit wild, fool. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this down below in the comments.
You know, Elon Musk really isn't as much of a genius as we think he is, because bro was literally begging to go to Jeffrey Epstein's island and got ignored. They literally said, nah, bro, like, you're not even weird enough to be over. Like, you're weird, but you're too weird for us. If you're too weird to hang out with Jeffrey Epstein, bro, yo, you're bad, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Bro, even Stephen Hawking got over there, bro. If Stephen Hawking could get in the island and you can't, you're a bad batch of cookies, bro.
Proof that Hollywood is evil.
Girlfriend? No. Nope. Why not? You know what the crocodile does when a victim... Are you changing the subject? The natural prey? Yeah, I know. You told me all that, but what about the girlfriend? No, I don't have a girlfriend. No, I'll never get a girlfriend. Why? It will get duck on my head. You're still in the subject. Everyone say hello to the duck on my head. Thanks, Sophia. This was a no-riddle show. Give me a kiss. How are you so adorable?
In that clip, we can clearly hear the child known as Noah on The Ellen Show being asked about his dating life. And watch it back if you didn't catch it, but all the while the celebrity who's asking those questions, look at what she's eating. In my opinion, multiple times throughout that interview, he seemed to be uncomfortable with the line of questioning, and the end was just eerie to say the very least. Comment below with your thoughts. Am I onto something, or am I tripping this time? Wake up.
Aren't you like 40?
No. Long time ago, I met this guy and made a deal where I get to stay 25 years old for forever.
What guy?
Tall fella, horns, red fur, I don't know, little hoods.
King, that's what that will do.
What? I thought it was like a Times Square Elmo or something. Tall fella, horns, red fur, I don't know, little hoods.
King, that's what that will do.
What? I thought it was like a Times Square Elmo or something.
So first of all, you're poking fun about how you stay young. Well, we all know how you really stay young. But we don't want to get this clip shut down, so that's a story for another day. Now, as for who you did a deal with, why do you all make these jokes? Why is it only your industry? Why don't we see footballers saying this, authors or any other type of sports star? Why is it only musicians and actors who seem to make this same joke? The truth is always put right in front of your face, but whether you choose to acknowledge it or not, that is entirely up to you.
Is this a coincidence?
I was born on the 13th. I turned 13 on Friday the 13th. My first album went gold in the US in 13 weeks. Every time I've won an award at an award show, I've been seated in row M, which is the 13th letter, or like the 13th seat, or the 13th row, or the 13th section. It's really a good number.
I don't think so, but you tell me.
You know what 5 plus 8 is? 13.
What's Taylor Swift's album called? 13.
Yo! Dang!
You guys know the date of the Super Bowl?
It's the 11th.
Of?
February.
11 plus 2.
Yo!
Who are they playing?
The 49ers.
It's 4 plus 9.
Dude, come on. 13.
Just saying. What seed are the 49ers?
The 1 seed.
What seed are the Chiefs?
The 2 seed.
No, the 3.
1 and 3. 13. This dude is so stupid.
Where's Taylor Swift coming from? She's coming from Tokyo to the Super Bowl.
What does that mean?
A flight from Tokyo to Las Vegas.
13 hours.
13 hours. And I'm not even kidding.
What the
You know how many games Taylor Swift has been to?
13.
12.
This is the 13th.
The Super Bowl will be the 13th.
Is this all true?
Yeah, no, this is all for real.
Wait, hold up, because it gets even weirder. Brock Purdy's jersey number is 13, and that number always pulls people into the pattern conversation. What's funny is, in numerology, 13 isn't automatically seen as bad. Some interpretations say it can represent luck, a shift in energy, or a hidden advantage that shows up after chaos. So if you're someone who believes numbers have meaning, 13 isn't just a random pick, it's a signal. And if you made it this far, I'm sorry, but there's no way you watched all of that and thought, yeah, totally normal, just a coincidence. Because even if you don't fully buy into numerology, you can feel when something lines up a little too perfectly. So what do you think? Are we catching a real pattern hiding in plain sight? Or is our brain just wired to connect dots that were never meant to connect? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. And subscribe for more mysteries like this.
The missing man, Major General William Neal McCaslin. Wife wakes up, he's gone. He left his phone, his glasses, but he took his wallet, revolver, and hiking boots with him. No idea where he's at.
Whoa.
He commanded the Air Force Research Laboratory. This is crazy. Congressman Burleson and UAP whistleblower David Grush were both actively trying to reach him of what they believe he knew about the UAP disclosure. He knew something. He was working in the laboratory. Apparently had some stuff with the UAP, UFO stuff.
That's crazy.
What's weird, there's 2 other people connected to him that have gone missing or aliens. He worked in the lab that funded the development of Monda alloy, which is a classified nickel super alloy now built into American rocket engines. So these 2 women, Dallas Hardwick, 2014. And her inventor was Monica Jacinto Riza. She worked for NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. She also went hiking on June 22nd of this past year and went missing. They did thermal imaging. This whole search spread nothing.
How?
They said she was 30 feet away. She turned around and waved and then turned and gone.
You gotta ask yourself, why are Princess Diana files sealed into 2082? If it was just a car accident, these files will already be public. Princess Diana died in 1997. That's almost 3 decades ago. And yet, key documents tied to her death are sealed into the year 2082. You heard what I just said? Key documents tied to her death are sealed into the year 2082. So now you gotta ask yourself, what did she see and what does she know? That's not 10 years. That's not 30 years. That's 85 years of silence. That means most people alive today will never see those files. Now you gotta say to yourself, that's not normal. That's not an accident. That's not how transparency works. Governments don't lock files that long unless what's inside them can cause a major problem. And I need you to jump down the rabbit hole. This is for entertainment purposes only. There are claims that Princess Diana believed that the powerful people around her were not what they appeared to be. Allegedly, she came across some information that these people were probably reptiles. And I'm gonna say this without saying it. She allegedly feared that certain elites weren't just corrupt. They were inhuman in behavior, cold, predatory. They were fundamentally different, if you understand what I mean. Now, you got to think about this. Diana wasn't some random woman with theories. She was inside the system. She had access. And if she believed something was wrong, like deeply wrong, that belief didn't come from the internet. That belief came from what she saw. And after she died, you saw the inconsistencies of witnesses. You saw destroyed cameras. They gave us sealed evidence, and they locked the truth away until 2082. Why is that? Pay attention.
So MrBeast donated this $2.6 million fish to these people of Nigeria. Instead of selling the fish, they ended up eating the fish. And MrBeast just tweeted, I literally cannot believe they ate the fish. Guys, people realized to the world it was a $2.6 million fish. To the village, it was dinner and joy. Value depends on the eyes looking at it. Exactly, because of the rest of the world literally just made up money as a currency. It's just made up paper. They're like, why would we give up this big giant fish that could sell can feed an entire village for some paper? I think MrBeast is starting to learn maybe he should stop building schools in Africa and giving them money, even though, like, it's good for helping them repopulate, which a lot of people have some concerns about. But anyways, guys, what do y'all think about this in the comments? I think it's just absolutely hilarious that they didn't even know what to do with it. They didn't know how to sell it, so they just ate it immediately. I mean, this was a blue marlin fish worth $2.6 million. Let me know y'all's opinion in the comments.
All right, the beauty machine. You pay with your face. So you scan your face, get your biometrics, and get a face mask. And they steal your face, so that's the payment.
Since she's not here, I'm gonna share some dirt on Ellen. I'm not talking just dirt. I mean, I'm telling you some deep, dark secrets. People think that she buys and sells houses because she loves real estate. No, it's not true. It's because she's on the run from the law. You have no idea. It's not true.
It's because she's on the run from the law.
And it all slowly starts to make sense. And what I mean by that is this why this person has fled their country and is nowhere to be seen. After all, many things are said in jest, and Hollywood never lies to us. They always put it hidden in plain sight. It's almost too much of a coincidence that this was said on the show and all the events that have unfolded since. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because there's definitely a lot more to this.
Yo, it's always the nicest people that come out as being weird. I'm not saying nice people in general, but like people that present themselves as overly nice. Like, you know, imagine I jumped on every video. I'm like, hey guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. You know, I hope the bed bugs don't bite tonight. Like, bro, you're just forcing it. Just chill. You know what I'm saying? Ellen's too focused on being good because she's bad. You know what I'm saying? People that are bad try to portray themselves as good so that they can fool you. So you're like, oh, Ellen, that's a great woman. Whole time she's literally a lizard.
Have you ever noticed that time doesn't just feel faster now? It actually feels different. Like something about the way we experience it has changed. And I'm not talking about getting older or being busy. I'm talking about how whole weeks disappear before you even realize they happened. How years just feel like they're stacking on top of each other. It seems like a lot of people I've interacted with are saying that time is speeding up. There's a theory that this isn't just in our head. Some people believe human consciousness is tied to frequency, and if you can change the frequency around people, you can change how they experience time. Not time itself, but how fast it feels like life is moving. And when you think about it, that would be the perfect form of control. You wouldn't have to control what people do if you could control how much time they feel like they have. A person who feels like they never have enough time is always tired, always rushing, always distracted, and never really stopping long enough to question anything. But ask yourself why they would want to do this. Why would they want to speed up time? And if they have the power to do this, is that just the tip of the iceberg? Stay weird.
You know, have you seen Kim Kardashian's recent Skims ad?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god, see, the whole time. So I seen her in paparazzi pictures, and she had a newspaper saying, oh, aliens are real or something like that. Something about aliens, right?
Mm-hmm.
But her new Skims ad is her in there was a bunch of Kim Kardashian clones, and then it zoomed out into a spaceship that they were in, and then it flew off. So I realized what the meaning of Skims means.
What does it mean?
Oh my gosh, look. So in 2015, there's a film called Jupiter Ascending. The term skim refers to the harvesting of humans from Earth to process into Regeneration X, a new youth serum product.
Oh shit.
Remember we talked about
I watched that movie before.
Yeah. That's what Skims means though.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And remember we talked about them taking us all the way to their place to just like get our DNAs, make new life there. That's really what's going on.
Yeah, look, we've heard that type of tale for a long ass like abductions.
A long ass time.
Yeah.
People are freaking out after finding out why we actually forget dreams. You wake up, you know you had a dream, you can feel it, but you can't remember what it was for the life of you. It's gone. Not a blurry memory, just completely gone. Well, that's not normal, that's your brain doing it on purpose. Scientists have been studying something called sleep spindles. These are tiny bursts of energy that happen in your brain while you're actually asleep. And they found something crazy. The stronger these spikes are, the less likely you are to remember your dream. Meaning your brain is literally choosing what you're allowed to remember. But here's where it gets more disturbing again. The same brain activity has been found in people who are commonly unresponsive, like coma patients. People who look like they're literally not there at all, but their brain is still showing signs of awareness. So now scientists think that some people might actually be conscious inside, but trapped, unable to move, unable to speak, unable to tell anyone. Which proves one very scary truth. Every time your brain erases a dream, it's proving one thing. You don't fully control what your mind experiences, or what it's hiding from you.
So the CIA supposedly used technology that can hear a soldier's heartbeat from thousands of miles away. The soldier that we rescued in Iran, they used a technology that they're calling ghost murmur. I'm not really hearing a whole lot of conversation about this right now, but they use long-range quantum magnetometry, I don't know if that's said right, uses subatomic factors over large distances to detect changes to electromagnetic fields. We obviously know the government has technology and weaponry that we don't know about already, but their exact words when they were describing this was like hearing a voice in a stadium, except the stadium is 1,000 square miles of desert. But it uses your heartbeat's electromagnetic footprint along with AI to separate the heartbeat from any background noise that's going on. And the super fun part is they also added to all this, in the right conditions, if your heart is beating, we will find you. That doesn't sound ominous, like, at all. But you know, this technology was used for a rescue mission this time, but what's it going to be used for next time? Because usually they only reveal stuff like this when they're kind of warning us that they have something.
One of the ex-Disney employees exposed one of the buildings in Epcot, and there's videos. What the
What's up, guys? My name's Matt Sansoa. I'm backstage at Epcot.
So he goes in, it's like red rooms, purple carpet, it looks funny, right? He's going around it, door after door, opening it. There's weird paintings on the wall and shit like that, posters, everything. So I think one of the lady in the building goes, oh, excuse, like,
before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys. Their phones were being spied on. Click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How about you?
Good. Are you supposed to be up here?
You tell me.
Nope, you're not.
Okay.
Can we go?
Yes, ma'am.
I need you to get out, like, in the most evil tone.
Yeah.
Right? So the guy's like, oh no, I'm gonna keep exploring. He's like, okay, if you're gonna keep exploring, I'm gonna call the cops. And then, like, so the guy's like, okay, I'm gonna go with you and stuff like that. The girl keeps trying to distract the guy, like, oh, how's your day? Even though the guy's going like, oh, what's in this room? It's like, nope, how's your day? Like,
how are you?
I'm alright. How about you?
No, let's go this way, please.
Okay, what's back there?
No, we're just gonna go this way.
Oh, okay.
Are you enjoying your day?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Proof that Hollywood is evil.
This whole image is just totally overblown. I have the heart of a small. Keep it in a jar on my desk.
I bet you get a lot of mileage out of that one.
I have never used that line before in my entire life.
Okay. Watch the telephone cable there, you know? The one thing, too, that's interesting, though, is that
That clip from an interview with author Stephen King literally sent shivers down my spine. What makes it even weirder is this is the creator of Pennywise the Clown and the It series. It states here, It, created by Stephen King, is an ancient, shape-shifting, extraterrestrial entity from a void called the Macroverse, which feeds on human fear, particularly children. For years, people have speculated hypothetically that Hollywood is an extremely dark place. Back in the 1980s, when that interview was actually from, nobody thought anything more of that besides it being a weird joke. But looking back at a clip like that through the lens of 2026 and everything we're finding out now, it really makes you think. For entertainment purposes only, comment below with your thoughts and opinions. Am I on to something, or am I tripping this time? Wake up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, check his hard drive, bro. This grown man just said he has someone's heart on his desk. Go through all his files and, you know, make sure everything's good, because that's really, you know, I don't think, you know, nobody just says that. You know, I wouldn't just be like, I have a bunch of fentanyl in my closet. Why would I, like, what kind of joke is that? That's not even funny, bro. Like, all right, it's a little funny now, but like, that's not, if I just said it casually and moved on with my life, that's weird.
I am
years old. Okay. You can't get rid of me. What? I'm like that thing that feels good, but you don't quite understand, but it's here. You know? I'm history. Herstory.
Herstory.
Here she go.
So 2,000 years old would put you about the beginning of the Roman calendar.
What do you mean you're over 2,000 years old, Tiffany? Because last time I checked, you were in your 40s, Tiffany. Now the only thing that could be over 2,000 years old has to be a vampire. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know why Tiffany would say that, but maybe she's just playing around, guys. She's not over 2,000 years old. Let's be serious now. Shh. Shut up! They told you. They keep telling you. Or did they tell you? Stop playing with me, son. Let's get it. If you're in the streets, guys, and you know what time is it, check your peoples. They might be over 2,000 years old, too. Shh. Shut up! But I'll tell you one thing. If I ever talking to a woman and I ask her, how old are you? She says, you want me to be honest? I said, yeah. I'm 2074. Really? Yeah, okay. But
not many people know this, but the inventor of the fidget spinner was screwed out of millions of dollars because she was poor, and the story is beyond depressing. Fidget spinners became a cultural phenomenon in 2017, but what a lot of people don't know is that they were actually invented in the 1990s by a mom who was looking for ways to be able to play with her daughter while suffering from a muscle disease. Catherine Hedinger was a single mom living in Florida in the 1990s who was suddenly stricken with an autoimmune disease called myasthenia gravis, which causes debilitating muscle weakness and fatigue. Because of this condition, she couldn't work a job and she could barely care for her young daughter Sarah, and most heartbreaking, she couldn't play with her daughter because she could barely move. One summer in 1993, she started taking random objects from around her house and cobbling them together into little toys and games that could be played without a whole lot of movement or strength. One of these toys was a little plastic disc. You could spin it around between your thumb and your forefinger. Her daughter Sarah loved the toy, and after several years of playing with it, she decided that it might actually be something that could help other families with mobility issues. So she flew to Washington, D.C. and patented the idea. After this, she started selling the toy at various arts and craft stores around the Florida area, and they actually got kind of popular. Popular enough, in fact, that Hasbro, the toy company, actually approached her about licensing the toy design and selling them in stores, which Catherine happily agreed to. However, after some focus group testing, Hasbro decided to abandon the project and never released it. But bolstered by the fact that a legitimate toy company had almost bought her design, Catherine spent the next several years shopping the spinning toy around, trying to get another manufacturer interested. She invested so much of her time and money, which she didn't have a lot of in the first place because of her condition, that in 2005, when the patent was set to expire on the toy, she just simply could not afford the $400 renewal fee and was forced to allow the patent to lapse and the toy design to go into the public domain. Cut to 2016. It's not exactly clear whether somebody actually got a hold of Catherine's toy design and replicated it, or if it was just a case of parallel thinking. But either way, a bunch of these spinning fidget toys started flooding the market with the exact same patent design that Catherine had filed and then lost in the early 2000s. By the middle of 2017, fidget spinners accounted for 17% of online toy sales, had moved over 50 million units, and had become a $500 million industry. While the popularity has died down since then, it's still estimated to be an over $150 million a year industry today. And Catherine Hedinger has never received a single dime from the sale of fidget spinners to this day, despite having invented them, just because she couldn't afford a renewal fee.
Khaby Lame might be one of the smartest men in the world, and we never heard him speak. This man was deported by ICE in 2025. This man's wife filed for divorce in 2025. And in that divorce filing, she tried to take half of this man's fortune. But he was 2 steps ahead of her. And now the judge rules that she has to give him half of her $10 million fortune. You heard what I just said? And this is why I say this man might be the smartest man alive. None of his assets were in his name. No home, no car, no money. Every single thing that this man owns is in his father's name, which means it doesn't belong to him, which means his wife has to pay after divorce. So that $10 million fortune that she has, half of that goes to him. Mind you, this man is the most popular TikToker living. This man sold his likeness for $975 million. You see how he came out on top of all of this? Deported, divorce, irreconcilable differences, try to take the money. Now he got her money, and he back in action. I want to know what y'all think. Is Khaby Lame a genius? Because when he sold his likeness, they said, yo, you know what? He ain't even gonna be able to make money no more. And he's still making money and he's still winning. And she know he's still winning. I'm out.
Don't you think it's a little weird that we've mapped the surface of Mars better than we've mapped our own ocean floor? Like, let that sink in a little bit. Over 80% of the ocean is still unexplored. Not just we haven't looked closely, I mean completely unmapped. Like total blank spots. And in some areas, data is restricted, classified by the military, no survey zones. And the official answer is depth, pressure, call. But here's where it gets weird. There are massive blackout regions where sonar data is incomplete or blurred. Entire underwater mountain ranges we barely understand. Deep trenches deeper than Mount Everest is tall. And people think something is down there. It could be ancient ruins, a lost civilization like Atlantis, or something non-human that's been here longer than we have. We already know the military tracks unidentified underwater objects, or USOs, that move faster than anything we can build. So here's the question. If there was a hidden base on Earth, would it be easier to hide it in the sky or under miles of crushing black water no one can reach? Maybe the ocean is unexplored on purpose. It might be off limits to most of us. Stay weird.
All right, I have one more story. This guy was dating this girl, 1893 in Texas, and he ended up breaking up with her, and she couldn't handle it. She was so upset by it that she ended up,
oh no,
very sad.
Yeah.
The brother of the girl went to this man's house
To seek revenge.
To seek revenge. At him. It grazed him and lodged into a tree behind him, and he's like, I'm the luckiest man ever. But that brother ended up immediately, 40 years went by, he got married, had kids, and then him and his son were like, we're gonna go take down that tree. And it was a big old tree. They started chopping it down. It was like such a big tree and like really dense.
No.
He said, go get the dynamite.
Don't.
The son put the dynamite in. The dad's just standing there. It was like 100 yards away or something. The son lights the dynamite, runs away. Boom. That bullet that was lodged in that tree, right in the middle of the forehead.
Are you kidding me? That's a real story?
Real story. The fire from the dynamite went up through the tree, dislodged the bullet, went straight into...
Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video made you tremble in your boots. And we're going to be on to the next one. Thank you.